Hey guys, Mark Bear here. So today's video, I kind of made it a little challenge on myself. So pretty much everywhere in the US we have dollar stores or Dollar Trees where everything is $1. And surprisingly enough, there's a lot of good food options that are relatively cheap and won't break the budget when you're wanting to go backpacking. They're probably not going to be the healthiest options, but there are options. A lot of like mountain house type foods that are all freeze dried and everything, they're just really expensive. So I went into the dollar store with the mindset of I can only choose 5 food products that I would take on the trails with me, or camping, or backpacking. Specifically backpacking because I gravitated towards lighter type foods. And this video could also be a little subjective too, because I got the stuff that I wanted to eat, not what would be necessarily the best option, but the option for me and something that I like to eat. So let's go ahead and just knock the first item off the list real quick, because we all know what it is. So I mean, there's no playing around. Top ramen. Top ramen is super easy to make, as we all know. 5 packages for $1. That's potentially 5 meals if you really needed to, ration it out. The only thing is the salt content is extremely high, even though you need more salt while you're hiking because you're sweating and peeing everything out. I will usually just take the salt packet and maybe half it, and then kind of toss the rest of it, because you just don't need that much salt. Some people I've heard that they don't even use the salt packets at all, so that's another option. With the ramen, I usually take it out of the big bag, because if you break them down into the 5 little bags, they're like 3 ounces. I mean, it's not a lot of weight. So what I grab for breakfast, something that I really like, PopTarts. These aren't any name brand PopTarts or anything, but they are called pop-ups. So you get 6 pastries in this box for $1. If you take these out of the box, you're gonna shed about 1 ounce for just the box. These come in at just 4 ounces. So there's 2 pastries in each package. So relatively light and easy cleanup, because all you have to do is worry about the little foil packaging that they have on here. So the only thing that's bad about Pop-Tarts is they're kind of empty calories. You're not gonna get a lot of energy from it. You're gonna get quick energy. I like Pop-Tarts because they make me full pretty quick. It's something I can wake up, get ready, and just open them up. I don't have to prepare anything and then have a cleanup afterwards. So I just eat them and then I go. So as a snack or as a protein source, it was really hard to find a protein source at the dollar store that I would be able to carry for a couple days. At least a good protein source. But I did find one, and it is the bumblebee tuna right here. And they do have them in the cans, and there's also sardine cans, but I'm not carrying the can because it's usually a lot heavier. And once you eat everything, you still have to carry the can around. So I'd rather go with the packaging here. It's thin, it's light. This is about 2.5 ounces. It's not going to weigh anything, and I can load up a bunch of these as protein and be just fine. The other protein source that I found that I was kind of interested in at the dollar store is beef jerky, which I was surprised to see jerky at the dollar store, but they are only like little 1 ounce bags, and there's just not enough in there. I mean, if you wanted to use it as a snack, great, but if I'm at the dollar store, I'm probably not going to be buying a lot of beef jerky, at least for this video. I was limited to 5 items that I wanted to buy, so beef jerky just was not on the list. I would much rather get my protein source from tuna. So this item is something that I think gets overseen a lot. It's one of my favorites that I like to make while I'm camping, and it's sides. I'm gonna make these. I want to make this like a double because I bought both versions. So there's a chicken and broccoli pasta, and they also make a chicken and broccoli rice, and they have the chicken rice. So these are great options. There's a lot of calories in these. You get about and 50 to 300 calories depending on which version you get. They're easy to make and they taste really good. There's a lot of salt and everything in it. Also, depending on which bag you get, the rice is 5.5 ounces and the pasta is 4 ounces. Again, putting them in your backpack, I mean, that's 2 meals right there, and it's relatively light. Something else you could do with these rice sides or pasta sides is actually opening just the top here and pouring the hot water right into this bag and just mixing it up and letting it settle and cook. That way you don't have to clean up. Like, I have a Stanley cup that I cook everything in. I usually eat these before I go to bed. I don't mind wasting a lot of time cleaning up before I go to bed. All right, so while we're walking around the dollar store, I ended up picking up something I did not expect that I was actually gonna get. But it intrigued me. I was looking at it and I was like, okay, there's gonna be a lot of calories in here. It's light, and I'm pretty sure a lot more people eat this than what I was expecting. So if you do eat it, let me know in the comments, okay? It is stuffing. Stuffing, and this is a 6-ounce box, but you are getting at a staggering over 600 calories out of this box here. However, your sodium levels will be through the roof. You take this out of the box, all you have is this little bag here, nice flat bag, and there is a lot here. So if I usually bring baggies with me, so I'd probably portion this out a little bit, because it's gonna be a lot of stuffing for one person. So that is an option that I would probably use. And lastly, I could not walk out of there without having a salty snack. And they have one of my favorites, Gardettos. I love these things. I like the little breads. I'm not a big pretzel person, but when they're mixed with Chex Mix, I really don't mind them so much. So Gardettos is one of my favorites. This one was hard to get because I wanted to go with, you know, like gummy snacks or Cheez-Its, but for the $1, this gave me a whole 8-ounce bag, 8.5-ounce bag. So decided to go with this. Then I can just munch on these when I need a nice salty snack. I like these because it makes it a lot easier to just be walking along and just bust out the bag, just munch on them while I'm hiking, and don't have to worry about cooking anything or clean up anything. Just grab them, snack on them, and that's it. So these are the 5 items that I decided to choose going to the dollar store. If I had to go to the dollar store to have backpacking food, but for $1, you just can't beat it. I like budget. I like looking for budget items. So thanks for watching, guys, and as always, see you next time.